What's good, y'all? It's your boy Matt, your favorite CEO, fitness model, and content creator. Listen, baby, imagination is more important than knowledge. Imagination is more important than knowledge. I know this might be an unpopular opinion, so be it, right? But you got to understand, right? No matter how much knowledge you have on this earth, if you never take action, then it's not really knowledge. It's just information sitting in your head. That's number one. I know a lot of people say, oh, knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. Yeah, but also the execution of knowledge is power. The execution of knowledge is power. Imagination is power. Being able to visualize your goals before it's already here in the physical and seeing yourself as that person right now, that's a different ball game. That's a different level of thought. As opposed to just having all this information sitting in your head. A lot of people know how to start a business. They know, quote unquote, how to make millions of dollars. They know how to get in shape. They have all the information in their head, but is it really knowledge if they never take action on it? Right? Is it really knowledge if they can't visualize and see themselves as that individual right now? Because that's where the imagination comes in. You right? That's where that God within you comes in. Being able to have the ability to take action and being able to see yourself as that best version of you now. Because imagination is beyond, is beyond this world. Being able to imagine yourself as the best version of you now so you can attract those scenarios and situations into your life that's going to help you and propel you to become that individual. You know what I mean? You can have all the information in your mind on how to do this, how to do that. If you never take action, it's fucking useless. You know how many people out there know how to get in shape and they're not because they didn't take action? You know how many people know about nutrition and know about supplementation and know about all of this shit, how to eat healthy, dieting, all this shit. They know how to use certain equipment in the gym and they don't go to the gym. They don't eat healthy, right? Then it remains a big ass story. Could you have been like this? Could you have looked like this? Could you have been in perfect health like this? Who knows? You had all the knowledge, quote unquote. Really, it's information sitting in your mind, but you never took action on it. If I know how to start a business, and I know that starting this business could change the trajectory of my whole life, and I never take action, then 40 years go by and I live in regret, whose fault is that? Mine. But is it really knowledge? People who are millionaires have knowledge on how to become a millionaire. That's not just information sitting in their head. Why? Because they took action on it. People like me, I have knowledge on how to get in shape. I have knowledge how to stay in shape. I have knowledge on how to eat healthy. I have knowledge on how to elevate your mind. I have knowledge on how to elevate your confidence. I have knowledge on how to become a better version of myself because I've done it time and time again. I had to shed my old self and kill the old versions of me to become this individual that I am now. 23 years young. My birthday was the other day. 23 years young. Divine. Divinely protected. You know what I mean? Divinely guided. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? You got to understand, bro, like, imagination is the gateway to you becoming the best version of you. This individual that I am right now, tatted up, jacked, clear skin, I envisioned this version of me when I had acne, when I was skinny, when I wasn't charismatic, when I didn't have confidence and I couldn't speak to people. I envisioned this motherfucker that I am right now, this G. And I'm constantly evolving. This version that you see right now, I'm gonna kill him in a few months. I'm gonna kill him. I'm constantly figuring out different ways. It's kind of like the resurrection of Jesus, right? Jesus died, came back a whole different individual, right? Jesus resurrected. And the same thing is with your old self, right? Take it how you want to take it, right? When you shed the old version of you to become the new version of you, in essence, you died and you resurrected into this new being, right? And we're constantly going through that process of resurrection and ascension in our life, right? When you kill that old version of you and you die, you're in essence dying, right? And then you're resurrected into this new higher version of you, which is what Jesus did. Jesus died and transcended, right? Jesus died and came back to life. He transcended, you know what I'm saying, into heaven. And the same thing goes with your life. When you kill that old version of you that has a broke consciousness, that's not confident, that doesn't love themselves, that looks at money the same way everybody else does. That's why you stayed in that same position for years and years and years. That's not a good person. When you kill that old version of you and you die, in essence, quote unquote, you then resurrect into this new higher version of you, your higher self, that God within you. You know what I'm saying? That is living that desired reality, right? That is that best version of you. You know what I mean? Right now it's Easter, right? So you have to understand that during this time, you got to make sure that you are not just mindlessly consuming information and not applying it to your life, which is what most people do, because I've done it. I, acquired all this information. Oh, got to do it like this, got to do it like that. And I didn't take action on it. And it's like, bro, it's just information in my head. Do you really have knowledge, Matt, on how to do this if you never did it? No. Like I said, millionaires have knowledge on how to become millionaires because they are millionaires. People who are in shape have knowledge on how to get in shape because they do it. People who actually eat healthy have knowledge on how to eat healthy because they take action and they apply the concepts to their life. But if you're an individual that's overweight, but you have all this information in your mind on how to lose weight, but you never lose weight, that's not knowledge. But having the ability to visualize yourself as that in shape version of you, seeing yourself as that person now, and, taking action from that best version of you. I'm 300 pounds overweight. The 190-pound version of me is not eating this. I'm going to the gym 5-6 times a week. I'm not consuming this. I'm not walking down certain aisles in the fucking grocery store. And then when you start doing that, you start becoming that shit. You start moving like it, you start feeling like it. And then you become that in the physical. But you got to become it now with your energy. And that's why I say imagination is key. Every single successful person that you see that creates, that's a creator in their own life. When they create music, I said music twice. When they create music, when they create movies, that's what I meant to say. When they create their identity on social media, when they create their brands, people who are actors, actresses, musicians, all that shit, athletes, these individuals envision themselves. They imagine themselves where they are right now, right? Whether they were a Muslim, whether they were a Christian, they envision themselves as that best version of them, and they attracted those things into their life, regardless on what they went through, and they became that individual right now. And that's what you have to do. You know what I'm saying? Whether you believe in, God, the Holy Spirit, the Most High, Allah, the law of attraction, whatever you want to call it, right? It's all different names meaning the same thing. Doesn't matter. I'm not getting into that because everybody has their own opinion and perspective on that, right? Cool. Do your thing. Right, I'm not here to debate you. But all of these successful individuals that you see, that you look up to, that are like your role models and that motivate you and inspire you to become better, these individuals imagine themselves as that best version of them a long time ago. My mentor, Jeff Logan, right? He envisioned himself as that successful CEO, model, actor. He envisioned himself as that person years ago, bro. Even when he was broke, even when he wasn't that individual. He envisioned himself and saw himself and stepped into that energy of that best version of him a decade ago. And then he became that motherfucker now. But he was that person in his mind with his energy, going through his own trials and tribulations in life. And I always use him as an example because I'm close to him. That's my guy. That's my G. You know what I'm saying? And he inspires me to become better. He inspires me to level up. So, same way you guys look up to certain athletes, right? Certain NBA players who looked up to LeBron or Michael Jordan or Kobe or whoever it may be. And these are the individuals that they, that they look up to and that inspired them to be as great as they are today. Right? Like Jason Tatum or Kobe and shit like that. You know what I mean? So just understand, bro, imagination is way more important than knowledge. Right? Obviously, yes, you need to have the knowledge. You need to have the information, but you also got to apply it to your life. You got to take action on it. And you also got to be able to envision and imagine yourself as that best version of you now. If you walk around taking action, mindless action, without feeling like you are successful, you're never going to become that. I had to feel like I was healthy, even when I wasn't to the physical, by envisioning myself with my dream physique, right? By envisioning myself with my dream skin, my dream appearance, right? By envisioning myself with my dream life, living in my dream spot. I had to envision these things on a habitual basis. And I became that individual right now, and I'm still leveling up. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm still not done. The job is not finished. The job is never going to be fucking finished. I'm always figuring out new ways to elevate and evolve as a man, you know what I'm saying? But I need you to understand, imagination and knowledge combined with that action, game over. If you want to manifest and attract your dream physique into your life, you got to envision yourself with that best physique and start taking action and start thinking from that version of you. If you're 300 pounds, you're 250, you're overweight, you're not where you want to be, or if you're underweight, you're skinny, you got to start asking yourself and moving from that best version of you. taking action from that best version of you. The best version of me, the healthiest version of me, the 195-pound rock solid muscle version of me is not going down this aisle in the grocery store. I'm not eating this shit. I have cheat meals once a week, whatever it may be. You know what I mean? I'm not hanging around this bum ass nigga. I'm not hanging around these people. I'm not talking to this person. I'm not surrounding myself with other fucking fat people that, you know, don't want to take care of their health. Or other people who just want to smoke and drink and party and club. I'm not hanging around these niggas because I'm going to develop their habits. I'm going to develop their rituals and their lifestyle. And I don't want to become them. So I got to separate myself from these people. That's how it is. Even when it comes to you becoming successful, all these successful people that you see had to separate themselves from people that they used to hang out with. Especially if it was people who didn't want to level up, people who wanted to stay in the same fucking place. I'm not saying you have to cut them off completely, but you can't hang around someone you don't want to become. You can't hang around someone who doesn't have goals and doesn't want to level up. If your closest 5 friends don't want to level up, they don't want to become greater, they don't envision a bigger and better reality for themselves, why are you around these people? You know what I'm saying? And if you can't imagine yourself with these people 10 years down the line, hanging out, successful, with your families, get them up out the way. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, no matter how much knowledge you have on this earth, well, not really knowledge, information sitting in your mind, if you never take action on it, it's not really knowledge. It's not knowledge. Information sitting in your mind with no action, that's not knowledge. That's information that's sitting in your fucking head. You know what I mean? Take action on the information that you've learned so it can become knowledge and so it can become what? Wisdom. Because all these people that are successful, that been made billions, that made millions of dollars already, that already have been doing it for 10, 15, 20 years, 30 years, it's knowledge. It's wisdom. You know what I'm saying? They know what to do. They've done it time and time again. And if you were to take everything away from them, they will be able to do it again. Why? Because it's actual knowledge. It's not something that I just had in my fucking head and I never took action on. Something that I know how to do this, but bro, you're not doing it. You've been sitting with this information in your head 5, 10 years and you never took action. So why am I going to take advice from you on how to become a millionaire? You don't make millions of dollars. You're not in shape. You're not doing that. So why am I taking advice from you? You know what I'm saying? You gotta pay attention to that shit. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Having the ability to visualize and see yourself and imagine yourself as that best version of you, and then being able to take action from that best version of you, right? That's a whole different ball game as opposed to, I'm just gonna watch this video, watch that video, watch this video, then sit back, relax, and do nothing. No. I'm gonna learn these concepts. I'm gonna learn how to do this, but I'm also gonna visualize myself as that best version of me already making millions of dollars. And then after that, I'm gonna take inspired action based on the information that I have in my mind and based on what I visualize. Because I already know if I can see it in my mind, I can bring it into the physical, and especially if I can speak it and I believe it with unwavering conviction. You know what I mean? You got to have an unwavering conviction with your shit. Nobody can sit up here and tell me I am not this. I am that. I am successful. I am abundant. I am a multimillionaire. I am successful. No one can tell me I'm not. I don't identify with the 9 to 5. I identify with who the fuck I am. So when people look at me like I'm delusional because I say shit like that, I don't give a fuck. Don't care. Who is you? I'm not mediocre. I'm not average. I'm not content with where I am. I know that I have greatness within me and I have the ability to manifest that greatness. And you do too. So never let nobody else put their bullshit standards on you. Their low ass expectations of you. Fuck that. No. I know who I am. I know what I stand for. I know exactly who I am. If I say this is who I am, it's who the fuck I am. And that's how you gotta move. That's the energy you gotta have. I know I'm being vulgar. It is what it is. I get passionate when I speak, but that's how you got to move, bro. That's the energy you got to have. That's the mindset you got to have. You know what I mean? So just understand imagination combined with knowledge, also combined with that, that inspired action, game time, bro. Developing the best physique, elevating your finances, whatever it may be, bro. Whatever your goals are, it doesn't matter, bro. Stop prioritizing one over the other. You have to combine it, right? If you envision yourself, but also never take action, doesn't matter. If you envision yourself, but never, educate yourself on what you need to know in order to get there and then never take action, it doesn't matter. If you develop all this information in your mind and you take action, but can't see yourself as that great individual, you can take as much action as you want. But if you can't see yourself being successful and you still have a broke consciousness and you still have an unsuccessful consciousness, you're going to continue to become unsuccessful. And that goes with your finances. That goes with your career. That goes with your physical health. That goes with every single thing that you do. So lock in and prioritize all three: the imagination, visualizing and imagining yourself as that best version of you now, not tomorrow, not next year, not fucking 5 years from now, right? Educating yourself and, developing the information that is needed so it can become knowledge, right? And then taking action. And when you combine those three, you'll be able to attract your dream physique, your dream career, right? Dream income, dream house, dream spouse, whatever it may be, bro. Doesn't matter. I don't know what you want. You might want to, a minimalistic life, cool. You might want a Lambo, cool. You might want a mansion, cool. You might want to, a girl with a BBL, cool. Do you? Not here to judge you, but make sure that you're, combining that imagination with action and combine it also with the information that you're learning. Combine all three, you're going to take over the world. You know what I'm saying? Your boy, Matt Rodriguez. Like, share, and subscribe. I love y'all, and I'm out.